everyone, it's Samantha from Vanilla Mom, and today's video is all about Olivia's 11-month update. Cannot believe it, we are 1 month away from her first birthday. It shocks me when I think about it. I'm about to have a 1-year-old, and I'm sure if you watch any of my videos, it seems like every month I say the same thing. I can't believe it's going by so quick, and I just love her so much. It's just every single month I just love her more and more, and it's just been going so great. That's not to say motherhood isn't hard, and that's not to say she doesn't drive me crazy some of the time, because she definitely does. She definitely tests me and pushes my buttons some of the time, but overall I just am so in love, and I'm loving motherhood so much. I always knew I wanted to be a mom, and now that she's in our lives, I have such a completeness feeling. And that's not to say all I want to be is mom. I definitely have other ambitions, you know, like my YouTube channel, my scrapbooking. I definitely am starting to feel like myself more and more each month, just the older she gets, the more I get my groove back. But I really just loved motherhood. It's been better than I ever expected it would be. Also harder and more challenging and more draining some of the time. But anyway, again this month, I feel like so much has happened. She just does so much. It seems like every day she does something new. And as soon as her daddy comes home, I tell him about something, or as soon as I come back into the room, they have some daddy-daughter time every evening, and I just go take a little break or do some chores. But every time I come back, it seems like he's telling me something new. She does. It's just all the time. A new sound, a new movement she's doing. She's just getting so big and getting so smart, and I've got a list, I think a page and a half. I'm pretty close to a page and a half worth of stuff. But before we get started with my list, I want to ask for your questions. So for her 12-month update, I want to do a baby Q&A. I also plan on doing a postpartum Q&A that's just going to cover anything to do with motherhood, postpartum healing, recovery, breastfeeding, anything to do with any of that. If you have questions about anything baby related, anything Olivia related, leave them in the description box down below. I will split up the questions between the postpartum video and her 12-month update. So you can ask questions for both or one or the other. It doesn't matter to me. That was long-winded, but ask me your questions. That's all I really wanted to say. Okay, let's go ahead and get down my list really quick. I don't know how long she's gonna nap. As far as babbling and noises, I feel like she's not, you know, saying very many new words or anything. She doesn't really say a whole lot of words, but she does babble a lot, and she does make a lot of sounds that I feel like will eventually be words. So she's been making a CH sound, which has been new. There's a lot of like S type of sounds and CH type of sounds. She definitely tries to say more. She tries to say brush. She definitely says mama, and she's been trying to say all done. So she does say certain things. She tries to say diaper sometimes, but she really is just babbling. As far as teeth, she has 3 other teeth that have broken through. That's a total of 5 teeth, and she's got 2 more in the process of breaking through. I can feel one of them. I can't see it yet, and then the other one I just feel a lump. So she definitely has 2 more coming in, and her teeth did not go in the typical order. She did get the first bottom 2 teeth first, then one on the side of the bottom teeth, then a middle at the top, and the one right next to it. So those are the 5 she has right now. She has 2 on the bottom center, 1 on the side bottom, and then 1 top center, 1 on the side. And then the other 2 on the top, the center, and the one right next to it are working on breaking through right now. And the one on the bottom, I can still see where it is. I thought it was going to break through, but I don't think it's actually broken through yet. I can just see it right under her gums. So pretty soon she's going to have all 8 of those teeth. They're definitely working, and it seems like just recently all of them have busted through. And I'm sorry for the lighting. Every time I try to film when she naps, the lighting in here is super wonky. As far as walking, I don't think she's anywhere close to walking yet. She can walk awesomely with support, but she's not even trying to take steps without support at this point. The last 2 nights, we've tried to, you know, have her walk between us and show her, you know, she doesn't have to have support. and she loves it, especially last night where we'd have her stand and then we would let go, or we'd hold her hands while she's standing and let go. She started letting go on her own. She loves it. She cannot stand up very long at all, and she just kind of starts falling over anytime she tries to take a step, but she thinks it's the funnest thing. So I definitely think she's getting the hint that she can let go of things. I definitely have noticed, like, she'll have her leg kind of leaning against something and stand up really nicely without holding on to something with her hands, but she's just not interested really in taking steps. She has started just pushing any kind of object she could push and walking with it, so she's definitely wanting to walk to some degree, but I don't think she's anywhere near walking unassisted yet. But it was really fun to watch her kind of try to walk between us. There were no real steps taken, but she really enjoyed it anyway. So this month we made huge strides with the sippy cup. Last month I think I mentioned she was starting to drink a little bit from the sippy cup. Well, now she can pretty much finish a sippy cup in the day, and she also drinks smoothie from a sippy cup. So she has a few ounces of my smoothie every day, and she just loves it. I leave her water sippy cup out for her during the day and she can drink it, and we're working on her having her set it back on her little table, and she will set it back on the table some of the time. Usually I have to remind her, and she understands a ton. She understands a lot of what I say, so when I ask her to put her sippy cup back on the table, she will stop what she's doing, go grab the sippy cup and try to put it on the table or get it on the table. When I say try to get it on the table, it's her putting it up on the table, but it's usually sideways, and it takes her a couple of tries to actually get it set upright. So she's trying to get it up there. She definitely understands what I'm talking about when I ask her to put it on the table. And as far as understanding, she understands a ton. Anytime I'm talking with her, I try to use simple words. I try to kind of repeat myself a couple of times so she kind of gets what I'm saying. But she really seems to understand a lot of what I'm saying. Going along with that, we have childproofed the kitchen, but we didn't childproof everything. She's got one drawer that she can use. It's got a lot of her little stuff in it, a couple of things from the kitchen, a couple of her toys. She also has one cabinet that's hers to play in, and it's all of our Tupperware, but I didn't lock some of the cabinets. I didn't lock the trash can cabinet. We have one of those pull-out drawer cabinets. We didn't lock that one because we use it all the time, and I really didn't want to have to lock it, unlock it every time I have something to throw away. And I also didn't lock our pots and pans one because, again, I don't want to have to try to mess with it constantly. And she's gotten to the point now she won't try to mess with the garbage can one at all. She still tries to mess with the pots and pans one, but I tell her, you know, this one's not for Olivia. Now she knows when I say, why don't you go play in your cabinet or Olivia's cabinet, she knows to go to her cabinet and she'll open that one, play with the Tupperware. She has gotten upset at me a couple of times when I tell her, you know, no, this cabinet's not for Olivia. She does get a little bit upset and will kind of whine at me for a minute, but then she understands that, you know, it's not hers. So we are working on setting up some boundaries. She is really understanding the concept of, you know, that one's not for you. We really conquered the no throwing food thing this month, which was awesome. She has not been throwing food at all. It got to the point like mid-month where I'm just like, gosh, I'm so sick of her throwing food all the time. It seemed like she would take bites and throw half of the food. So she'd take a bite, throw a piece, take a bite, throw a piece, constantly the whole lunch. And it was just driving me crazy. I don't know. It wasn't like it was making a huge mess because the dogs clean it up. I'm just like, you know, it's so much food that the dogs are eating, and it's just constantly she's throwing food, and I don't want to have to keep replacing the food and give her, you know, one piece at a time type of thing. So we worked on this literally for one meal, and she has not thrown food ever since. One day I'm just like, we're going to conquer this thing. We're going to get it done. When she starts throwing food, she's going to be all done. So in the beginning of the breakfast, I explained to her, you know, we're not going to throw our food anymore. When you start throwing food, we're going to be all done. And I'll talk about the more and all done symbols in just a minute, because that's definitely something really good and new this month. But anyway, back to this story. So she threw one piece and I said, no throw. We're going to be all done if we throw any more. I gave her one warning. And then of course she threw another piece. She's not used to me saying no throw. So she threw it and we ended breakfast, and she'd only taken like, I don't know, 5 or 6 bites of food. I knew she was still hungry, and she did get upset when I took her down. She whined. She did not full cry or anything. And then we got down from breakfast, we played for a few minutes, and she was asking for food again. So we went back to the breakfast table. I did the same exact thing with her. For round 2, it happened the same way. She threw one piece. It's like she watched me for my reaction when she threw the piece. And I did the same thing as I did the first time. I said, no, no throwing. If you do it again, we're gonna get up. And she ate a few bites, threw another piece. We got up again. And this time when we got up, she was mad. She did full on cry. And we got up, I calmed her down. We went and played for a little bit. I knew we had to leave for some place coming up soon, so we went ahead and tried a third time. And by this point I'm like, this is never gonna work, you know, she's not eating enough, this isn't gonna work, I can't do this all day. But I gave it a third try, and so I sat her up there and I said, we're not gonna throw our food. If we throw our food, we're gonna get up. And same thing happened. She took a couple of bites, threw a piece, I gave her a warning. She took a few bites, she threw a piece, I got her up. And by this point, between the 3 breakfasts, I felt like she had eaten enough. And so I'm like, all right, that's the end of breakfast. We had to go somewhere anyway, so we had to get going. And I felt like the worst mom in the world in this time. I was like, my baby might not have eaten enough food. She got mad the third time I got her up too. I'm like, this is really just not gonna work. I'm gonna have to just let her go a little bit longer because she's not getting it. The same result happened all 3 times. And so I felt guilty the whole time we were out, and then I was dreading coming home and giving her lunch because of all of this. So I ended up giving her lunch, and she didn't throw a single piece of lunch. And I thought at that point I was still skeptical that it worked at all, or that she really understood the concept of not really throwing your food. And so I'm like, it was just pure luck. She was just so hungry from, you know, the breakfast ordeal that she didn't want to throw food. So I'm like, it's just a fluke, you know, it's not really gonna stick. She's gonna throw food. Just wait till snack time or dinner time. She's gonna start throwing food. So this one lunch was no big deal, you know. But then same thing happened at snack time, at dinner time. She did not throw any food. And what I got her to do, I don't know when I introduced this, I think I was doing it at breakfast too, but I didn't have much time to introduce this. When she was all done, I would ask her if she was all done, and I asked her, okay, you can hand me the rest of the food, or hand it to mommy, something like that, to get her to hand me food when she was all done. So that's what she had been doing at lunch and at dinner and at snack time. She would show me that she was all done, and then she would reach out and try to hand me food. And so ever since then, she's been handing me food and it's not been throwing food. She's maybe thrown like 2 pieces in the last week or 2. But she knows what to do now. She knows to hand me the food, and even if I'm not right there, she will signal that she's all done and hold it out and wait for me to come get it out of her hand, which is amazing. I cannot believe. I never believed it would be this easy. I think she's just at an age where she understands me enough that it worked perfectly when we tried it out. I think if she had been any younger, this would not have worked at all. I think she still would have thrown tons of food. But it worked, and I can't believe it. I'm still in shock, and every meal that we have, I'm still in shock. She used to throw like half of her meal, easily half of her meal. And when I offer her food, if she doesn't want it, she'll just hand it right back to me. She's like, nope, I don't want this piece. So, okay, the more and all done sign, she's been trying to sign more and saying ma for a long time, really long time, because I've been signing more for months and months. But this month we've really gotten clear more and all done symbols. So for more, she goes ma, ma, and shakes her hand instead of goes like this. She's been doing that for a while, and I really just picked up on it more the last, I don't know, month or 2 months. She's been really consistent with, she wants more, she goes like this. But I think the all done is new for this month, especially the handing me food when she's all done is totally new. But so what she does for all done is, I used to go all done or all gone when something was done. And so now she goes like this, ah, and goes like this with her arms, like, I don't know, like a touchdown. She's very clear when she's all done with a particular food. She'll do that. When she's all done with the meal, she'll do that. She's pretty consistent about using both symbols when we're playing also. So if like we're tickling her and she's done being tickled, she'll go ah and be all done. And also she wants me to read a book again or do something that I just did. She wants me to repeat it. She'll go ma, ma, and try to get us to repeat it or clap. That was another way she gets us to do something again, is she'll clap. But the more and all done have come in handy so much. I'm really glad that I stuck it out and kept doing the more symbol with her, because for a long time it was just me doing the symbol, her not paying attention at all. But it definitely sunk in. She's really communicating now. Okay, so it's filming day 2. I'm gonna get this video done. Olivia is taking a nap again. So she has started what I call sharing. I think she's been doing this quite a while, as she'll hand Johnny and I items to do something for her. Either, you know, make a little animal, make noise, or play hide and seek with the animal, things like that. But she has started handing things to other babies and other moms now. We went to one of our classes, which I'll talk about in a minute, but when we were there waiting to start our class, she started handing little Lego animals to one of the babies that was there. So it was really, really sweet. She just seems to be a really sweet little baby. She watches people and she gives people items. I think it's really, really cute. Back to the classes, we ended up signing up for 2 classes recently. We're taking a Mommy and Me music class, which she seems to really like. It's just a lot of dancing, little, you know, baby instruments like tambourines, shakers, drums, and also songs. So she really, really likes that one. And then we also signed up for it's like a baby Mommy and Me gymnastics class. So it's beginning tumbling, rolling. They've got little balance beams and bars and various mats and things that they can climb on, and it's been really fun. At that class, she is really, really apprehensive to get very far away from me most of the time. We've only been to, I think we've been to like 4 classes now, so it's really a new thing for us, and she really just watches. She's very serious in the class, and she wants me to be right there with her. I'm hoping she'll warm up a little bit more to that class, but the music class she's really, really loved. I think it's just going to help her development, her motor skills, her learning, all sorts of things. So we signed up for both of those and they've been really fun. They're both weekly classes. So now we have 2 awesome things to do every week, which is nice. So going back to the dexterity, she is starting to try to work on puzzles. And before she would just take the puzzle piece and throw it on top of the puzzle board, and now she's actually holding the piece, trying to get it in the spot. She hasn't lined up any pieces yet, but she's been super duper close a couple of times. We just have, you know, those chunky puzzles. She's also tried to dress herself a couple of times. She just tries to put her arms and her legs into any kind of piece of clothing. Basically, she tries to stick her arms and legs in it. She knows, you know, what getting dressed is, and she wants to help. So when we get dressed, I always, you know, ask her to put her arm in or put her leg in, and she gets really excited to kind of help. She also loves bath time and washing her hands. Anything with water she absolutely loves. We haven't been taking swim lessons since it started getting cold, but we will start taking swimming lessons again when it warms up again. About a week ago, we set up her play kitchen. She's just got this wooden play kitchen. It's one of the corner ones, so it's like an L-shaped little kitchen, and she loves it. She loves opening cabinet doors, playing with the little food items, sticking them in the various cabinets and stuff. This one has a fridge cabinet, a freezer cabinet, a microwave cabinet, a washing machine. That one's like a little circle cabinet, and then also an oven. So there's lots of doors and things she can play with, and she just goes crazy for it. She plays with that thing a ton. I feel like that's really helping improve her dexterity too, is just playing with this kitchen a lot. She also loves playing with her shoes. In her closet there are these bins. You can see a nursery tour. I'll link it down below. There's just these little fabric bins, and one of them has all her shoes in it, and she will just play with that bin. As soon as we're done with the diaper change, she heads straight for that bin. We just play with the shoes, and she'll try to hand me shoes to put on her, or she'll just set them on top of her foot and like wait for me to put it on. It is really, really cute. She's also beginning to help clean up. We clean up her room before nap time and before bedtime, and when we do clean up, I sing a cleanup song from Barney, and she's never watched Barney, but I just know the cleanup song, so we sing that. And I've been handing her a couple of things to put back in containers or put back on her shelf, and sometimes she'll put them back, sometimes she'll play with them, and a lot of times, even if she'll put it back, she just takes it right back out again. But she's starting to get the concept of cleaning up, and when I ask her to put something on the shelf, she'll put it on the shelf. When I ask her to put something in a bin, she'll put it in the bin. She's really understanding a lot of simple directions. She really is getting those really well. Speaking of that, she can identify a lot of things. We're starting to ask her where stuff is, or can you find something. So for instance, she has this little basket of stuff next to where we change her, and I just have a blanket down with a waterproof mat underneath it. That's where I change her. It's just on her floor in her room. And I've got this little basket of like diaper creams, lotions, her toothpaste is in there because I'll brush her teeth before her diaper changes, right before nap and right before bedtime. And so like all these little things that are in the bin. And for the longest time, I could distract her with one of those items. And so I would just hand her one of those items and she would just kind of play with it, chew on the edges of it. Just the last few weeks, she's been taking two of the items, having one in each hand, and she'll go, and point them up to me the whole diaper change. So the whole diaper change, I'm identifying whatever items they are. So I'll be like, that's a brush, that's a diaper cream, that's a brush, that's a diaper cream, like on and on the whole diaper change. So one day I decided to kind of test her. I wasn't sure she could even understand what I was asking her. And I also wanted to see if she could identify these items that I've just, repeated so many times to her. So we had the little bin, and after her diaper change, I sat her back up and she's looking in the bin, throwing things out of the bin. And I say, Olivia, can you find your brush? And she stops what she's doing, looks at me like the wheels are turning, and looks around, and she'd thrown the brush. So she's looking around for it, sees it, grabs it, and holds it up to me and goes, And I almost fainted. I could not believe that she identified it. She knew exactly what I was saying. She knew what I was trying to get her to do. And we've been doing that kind of game ever since. Can you find the toothpaste? Can you find the diaper cream? So she just loves it. She beams the whole time. She'll smile really big, and she can identify all the things in her little basket. And I'm doing the same thing with some of her toys. She'll hold things up to me and go, and I'll tell her what it is. She sometimes will try to say the word. If it's like a B word or an M word, she'll try to say it. She can identify the rooster so far. We've just started doing the animal thing the last couple of days. And so she's been able to identify the rooster really consistently. She can't find the cow, the pig, the horse, tiger, anything other than that. But we're working on it. Anytime she hands me something, I tell her what it is, or if she holds it up and indicates to me, I tell her what it is. It's just constant me telling her all what these things are, and she's just soaking it up, and I just feel like she's learning so much, and it's happening really fast. I can't believe she understands so much of what I say and is able to, follow simple directions, and it's amazing. And I know all babies go through this, so it's not like she's anything special or extraordinary or anything, but it's just so much fun and so awesome to see this from this little defenseless baby that couldn't do anything, and now she can follow directions and tell me things. It's pretty awesome, and it's only been 11 months. It's just amazing. I know it's just going to get better and better. I've been thinking about maybe doing some toy favorite videos. I definitely want to do some toy reviews for you guys, but if you guys want what toys she's really playing with lately, that kind of maybe a monthly video or every couple of month video, I would love to do something like that. I don't know if it's something you guys are interested in, so let me know in the comments down below if you'd like a toy favorites type of video. As far as food, right now she is nursing 3 times a day, and I don't know if it happened at the end of last month or the beginning of this month, but she's been nursing 3 times a day for a long time. She dropped her nursing that was right after nap time. It just seemed like a couple of days straight. I would set her in my lap to nurse her in the rocking chair, and she would just push off of me, just push off. She was not interested. She would go, for all done. She was just not having it. So So after that, I started bringing up whatever was left of her smoothie from lunch or her sippy cup and letting her have that while I change her diaper. And then we go straight down to the kitchen for a snack. And so just dropped that nursing session, and I think it's wonderful. I'm really happy with 3 nursing sessions. And by the time she's, you know, right at 1 year or a little bit after, I really would like to drop down to 2. And if she stayed on 2 nursing sessions, I could see me nursing her easily until 2 years old, as long as she's happy with it and I'm happy with it. But I don't know which session she would drop because she's really attached to the 3, it seems like. But we'll see. I never in a million years thought she would drop that after nap nursing. I thought we were going to be set on those 4 for a really long time. So who knows? She'll definitely surprise me. She's full of surprises. She's still on the 1 nap and it's been going really well, except she's pushing the nap time back. It seems like she's trying really hard to push it back. For the longest time she was napping about 12 to 2 or 2:30, and then it's been, for a really long time, I feel like it's been 1 to 3, about 1 to 3, 3:30, and now she's really pushing it closer to 2. And when it's pushed closer to 2, it's really getting close to that bedtime when she wakes up. There's only a few hours between that. And there's been days she hasn't gone down until 3, and I had to wake her up at about 5:15 because I'm like, it's really getting close to bedtime. You gotta get up. And so I really think she's starting just the beginning of transitioning out of her nap. And it scares the out of me. I am really not ready for her to drop a nap. And when she does finally drop the nap, we are gonna do quiet time. I've gotta have some downtime. She's gotta have some calm time. And so I'm getting scared. And you guys had mentioned in the comment section, quite a few of you guys have mentioned your baby stopped napping at 12 months, 13 months, up to like 18 months. You guys said they just stopped napping. And I'm terrified that she's going to be like that because she has always been at least 1 nap under what everybody else was doing. And she's got a lot of friends her age that are still napping 2 and 3 times a day. So she's definitely the strange one, but she does fine. That's the thing. If she was fussy during the day, I would definitely be pushing for more naps, but she does great with the 1 nap. And sometimes I'm concerned that she might not even need the 1 nap. And sometimes I feel like she's never going to lay down and go to sleep. She will just roll around and play in her crib and have the best time for a really long time before she lays down. So I know she's capable of just having quiet time. She will be so happy and play. So I think we could move to quiet time if she just decides to totally drop the nap. But right now, we're still staying on the 1 nap as long as she can. But yeah, I guess that's my thing I'm dreading, is losing that nap, because she's just pushing it back further and further, and it's gonna start being bedtime at some point if she keeps pushing it back so far. I don't think I talked about food. She's still just eating a ton. She's dropped a nursing session, so I feel like she's eating even more than she was last month. As far as food favorites, she's still pretty much liking the same foods. She loves prunes, carrots, broccoli. She's really started liking beans a lot. We have black beans, pinto beans, red beans. She just seems to like them. She doesn't like chickpeas so much, but she'll eat like a few of those. She loves cuties. I don't know if I've already said that one. She's been really digging the smoothie. She's had a few ounces of the smoothie every day. She's really liked that. She gets excited when I start mixing up the smoothie and I show her what things are going in the smoothie. She just smiles the whole time. And she smiles when the blender goes off, which I think is really cute. I don't think she's tried very many new foods, just like new preparations of the same food. She's still mostly eating whole foods that are just steamed or just cold, like anything cold. I think the only thing she's really tried that I remember that stands out to me is she's loving goldfish crackers. That's a new one that she has had this month. And also she tried ketchup, and she didn't really like ketchup, but she really liked playing in it. So we are officially 1 month away from a 1-year-old. It's crazy. I've really loved doing these monthly videos and being able to look back at the videos. Especially, I do go back and look at them like at least once a month. I go back and especially look at the little clips of her. That is it. I'll insert some clips for you guys of what she's been up to this month.
There's Mommy. Wave to her.
Can you get it?
The sun is
Olivia, what are you doing? You playing paint? Yeah? Yeah? You making a mess? Ready? Is it fun? You're swinging! You're swinging! Let's go again. You're swinging! You like it? It's a swing. You're so cute. Olivia. Olivia. Look, it's Giraffe. It's Giraffe. Oh yeah, give him a big hug. That's so sweet. And give him a kiss. Can you give Polar Bear a hug too? Oh, so sweet. Can you give him a kiss? Oh, he gives you a good kiss too. What a sweet girl. Can you give Giraffe a hug? Oh, what a sweet girl. And a kiss? Oh, mwah. And Mama gets one too. Oh, what a sweetheart. All right, you ready? Oh, she's already pushing back. Ready? Grab it. Whee! Good job. Can you do it again? Okay. Again? Again? Good job. Yucky. 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 All done, crayons. All done? Okay, all done. All done. Yucky. 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 Crayons, they're yucky. Yucky. All done. Please give me a thumbs up if you like baby updates and be sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Bye.